The true power of music, like any art form, lies in its ability to tell a story. It should provoke the imagination while probing to the heart of reality. A direct quotation from my guest today. Welcome, my name is Ibis. Joining me is tenor saxophonist and jazz composition writer, Daniel Lewis White. Daniel, welcome.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing well, man.
You know, we got a lot to talk about, but I wanted to first just open by asking you the question about what is jazz?
Jazz is actually a combination of styles. I mean, it has been since it was birthed in the 20th century. Jazz is the compositional backdrop for improvisation. It's a way for soloists and groups to communicate with each other musically. Jazz has taken on different forms and different trends, but it's an ever-evolving art form.
Tell me about your jazz. How does your writing process work for you?
Jazz is more or less a template for how I write. Jazz is a way to express myself. Jazz is a way to put my style of writing into form. It's really a template. I mean, I'm influenced by many different genres and many other different artists.
So let's talk about that. Idols, influencers, heroes.
The first would be Wayne Shorter. You know, he's someone who has taken improvisation, group improvisation, and all those things to a whole nother level. The way he takes a composition and makes that a playful arrangement between all the people on stage, it's been very inspirational to me.
Okay. Wayne Shorter, anyone else?
Lots of electronic music. Since I was a kid, that's what really got me into music was electronica, and people like Square Pusher,
Right. Okay.
Aphex Twin,
Right.
Autechre. All of those have been very influential in how I write. The influence is subtle, but it's still there.
Take me back to where the journey began for you.
The musical journey began when I was in middle school.
Okay.
You know,
all right.
Kids either they do sports or music generally, and I wanted to play clarinet, and I didn't really take it seriously. It's just something I did.
Okay.
And then my 8th grade band director, as the years went on, was like, "Hey, I need a tenor saxophonist." And I'm like,
Okay.
"Well, I don't play tenor saxophone." Well, it's pretty much the same thing. I think you'll be all right.
So was it?
Not exactly. It was a complete disaster. You know, I'd forget reeds. I'd do anything. I'd sub on my clarinet. The band would sound terrible. It was quite a catastrophe. As I learned from a private lesson teacher on how to play the instrument, you know, his love for jazz, his love for improvisation and the possibilities of music really inspired me to take it seriously, and I started practicing, and that's what ate up most of my free time.
And it's clear that hard work has paid off because you've just released your first album and you have your second album almost ready to go. So walk us through the first one, True Communication, right?
Yeah.
Tell us the origins of that and walk us through like the feelings and inspirations of that album.
True Communication was my attempt to express what I was going through in my mid-20s. I wanted to express something more universal. I wanted to basically tell a story about man's search for meaning and his search for love. Not just, romantic love, but foundational love. How does that feel? And what does that journey sound like? As a composer, my goal is to start with man's search and bring him through the trials and tribulations of life, psychological, spiritual, real life, and create a story. So there is resolution, but is there ever really resolution? And that's kind of what I wanted the album to express. Parts of the album are very much influenced by electronic music. It sounds like jazz for the most part, but there are sections of it that, they're played live, but they're looped sections to have that, integrate that repetition, that sort of feeling that you get from electronic music. My passion is creating albums, even more so than playing live or anything involved with being a performer. I want there to be, something that a person can buy and listen to and enjoy, and because that's how I experience music.
2 albums, True Communication, is available now. You can buy it online on his website, DanielLewisWhite.com. Yes. We want to thank Daniel for joining us and being here and spending a couple of moments sharing his life with us and his passion. And now we're going to enjoy a great cigar. Daniel, thank you very much.
Thank you.